Oh, хорошо. That lady speaks Russian. She was afraid to go with the baby because of the dog. Они боятся, это собака, да.
Вот этой собаки?
Да, это, я сказал, что штрук, how do you say string hide? There was a woman, she was like a nanny, older, she looked like 60, and she wanted to walk the kids. I said, don't be afraid of the dogs. I'm writing a book about the dogs. So yeah, that's nice that it's your daughter, дочка?
Huh?
Это?
Нет.
How do you speak Russian? You're born here?
Yeah, I was born here.
Very nice, good, it's good. Languages are good.
Ага, ты какая? Она его больше боится, чем... Еще ты какая.
Oh, am I hitting that button again? Jesus, that one. So there was a lady, she was afraid she's like a caretaker and she's with a little girl, so she had to go all the way around, and it's a canyon over here. So I think she's walking there. So it's a canyon. Let's see, these dogs are really sweet. Yeah, let's check them out. Oh, these are taking her because they're strong. Are you friendly?
It depends, really.
It depends.
It depends how you approach them.
It depends how you approach. If I go down, he likes me. Yeah. There, come in. Well,
Like quite the expert.
yeah.
She's a show dog, so.
Oh, show dog.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a job. Good job. So, about the dogs. So there's a book I'm holding. It's called Raising Confident Boys. So what's the pshat in the Confident Boys? That education gives the tools for our children to survive in the world. Why do we want education? Because of mortality. Because of we know we're going to die one day, and we want to know that our children will be all right. They won't be gullible, naive, weak, pushed around, kicked around. It's important to learn the laws of nature, which is science. Nature always existed. Nature, fuzzy animals, trees, the weather, the natural phenomena is always is around, and we stuff our kids' heads up with myth based on an old myth, and we call it Taras HaKodesh and Yiras Shamayim. So why is this important? So not just the dog barking, but I was going down the stairs, walking through the canyon, and I saw a woman, and she looked like she was 60, and clearly she had mental health issues. I could hear her humming like the fucking, but she looked well dressed. And the way we mechanech our kids in our Chabad yeshivas is that you go out there and you respect the wealthy, the gvidim, they come first. And then, see this dog? Look at that, it's amazing. Hi. Yeah, it's amazing. This is a big dog, a huge dog. Look, it's big, and he was barking, and he's humongous. Hi. Come, let's go. Come. And I'm just speaking about the Indian. So of course the pachad is there. It's just that you train yourself about nature, and you do better. Look at this guy. He's a bulvan. He's a amazing, clean, nice. You could see that he's not in some chinuch al taras HaKodesh system. He's raised well by the gvidim, right? And yeah. So what was I going to say? So. Yeah, so in this canyon lived Oliver Sacks. I think he lived over here, right here. And Oliver Sacks is a writer, a neuroscientist. He wrote a book, Hallucinations, and other books. So Oliver Sacks was speaking about humans and myth making. What is a myth? A myth is not just a supernatural myth. Like I say that there's a Satan, and there's Hashem, and there's Malachim, and there's this and that. But Satan is tempting you, he's coming to your house in the morning, and all this stuff. And lots of voters and responsible people actually, this is beautiful. Yeah, lots of these responsible people actually believe in this stuff. People who are voting, right? But that's not what it's about. It's there are myths like America is the greatest, or America is a force for good in the world, and it is, but it can always change. like the myths of Germany. Germany was educated, so the Jews didn't believe that it's possible for an entire country to change over and become a force for genocide. So many Jews wouldn't believe that. And then, of course, religious theologians and apologists took advantage of that and tried to play this God game, that God is what you need. Makes no sense whatsoever. Any way you look at it, it makes no sense. Okay, so myth creating is myth like the Taras HaKodesh. It's something that this is beautiful. This is a great design. So there's myths that are based on Taras HaKodesh, like Chinuch al Taras HaKodesh, Yiddish Shemayim, Midas Tovos. None of that is true, because we could talk about it. We could ask these few questions, and it's up. The gig is up, you know. Sometimes people see someone playing a trick, like a person collecting money pretending to be disabled or injured, and then they catch them. Hey, why are you walking with a cane? We just saw you getting into that sports car. It's a few quick questions. So when Reb Simon says that in the yeshiva we get teachers with Yiddish Shemayim, you have a mix of teachers that were either silent in the face of evil, or sadistic, cruel, violent, sadistic by nature, or dirty, sexual predators, and so on. So you really have the three categories, and the third one, which is the ones that were silent and said and did nothing. So try to, are you kidding me? Should I even go further into this? Try not to sell the concept of, this guy's a Shomer Shabbos actually. Doesn't allow building on Shabbos, but he has a really good idea here. He's gonna connect. So try to save it for, I guess you're looking for gullible humans, but it's just not the case. This concept of that you're getting Yiddish Shemayim, you're just getting ignorance. So we had a bacher here, a nice young bacher. He was very wise, very good boy. He had a head on his shoulders, good family. I asked him what his parents, what do they do, as in what do they do with their minds? Not, I don't care if they earn or they own the business or they work as a job. You could be a doctor or you could own a doctor's office, right? Some people are millionaires, some people are billionaires, and they have the same college degree and they do the same thing. It's just how you manage it. So I asked him what type of, and I realized this boy really good quality, but he's reading the chitas and he's davening and blah, 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 and he's tired and he's giving it his all for nothing. He's really this. You don't have to. You could hire somebody to chant all the tefillas for you, and you can do other things with your mind, like learning a science that will help the world. And then they were speaking about Matan Torah, about God coming down on the mountain, and I asked a few quick, simple questions. I didn't mean to do this. I didn't have any agenda. This is a nice kid, and he didn't ask for my. This is no agenda, but it just spilled out. I said, what does it mean that God came down on the mountain? Obviously, historically, there were on the high mountains, on the Himalayas, that's where gods would live, and humans believed that always. So very few people had the technology to climb mountains, so you can understand that for a long time those were the places where gods hide out. Then the gods hide out in heaven, but then once we have telescopes and the telescopes that float up in the hemisphere, then we have new places to keep God. So Benegea to the boy said to me, I can't, this is Chakira, these are questions we can't ask. So Reb Zushev Anapoli says, the fear of God is the death of wisdom. This is the Yiddish Shemayim we're trying to do, is keep people immature, which means that they'll just be dependent for the rest of their life, just like a child who has Down syndrome. You just basically, all you do is you have a guardian or someone, and you the IQ is lower with the Down syndrome. So what you have is basically, this is basically a practice of many cults. This is not specifically Lubavitch or Jewish. It comes from many cults to have as many of these followers to become dependent, where they have a problem and they call someone because they can't solve it themselves. And then when they're dependent, you own them. You know, and it's very cruel. Most of these people have good heads, that they really are independent by nature. They have no mental illness. So you create a cult where the education is rotten, they can't teach Judaism by themselves, they can't understand Judaism by themselves, and then you put them through a system where they need the JLI classes to give. It's so easy to give a class on Yiddishkeit if you have a proper. So, yeah, thank you for watching Sheni V'Chamishi. I gotta go, and I'll see you later. Yeah, where do I get this button? Yeah.